So yeah, the data, so we have data analyst. So guys, look at it, data analyst, data scientist, we have machine learning engineer. All right. We have data engineers. All right. So data engineers, I'm not really familiar with. All right. So but basically what they do, because I've worked with friends and colleagues that are data engineers. What they do is they maintain pipelines. All right. So, and they're also it's a very sought after career path in data industry. All right. So, and then we have BI analyst. So you see BI analyst, I think somebody mentioned that is a BI analyst. All right. So if I'm wrong, please let me know. But what they do is they focus on creating report and dashboard. So they're like intermediary between business owners and the tech guys. So they have business knowledge. They understand business very well. The business niche, so they understand it very well. And then they can also is it possible to be in multiple roles in data science? It's possible, but it's not advisable. It's not advisable. But let me continue what I'm saying. All right, so basically they focus on building dashboard and reports. They are similar to data analysts. Data analysts also can build reports and dashboards. But BI guys, that's their niche, that's their focus. But data analysts, they do other things. They do probability, hypothesis testing, statistics, explore data, they also clean data sometimes. But BI guys, that's their focus. All right. So now, this is what I have to say. This part. All right. So it's a recommendation. All right. So I'm recommending. If you enjoy, you've not started, but if you love the idea of working with structured data and reports, you love the idea, or you want to work with structured data and report, based on what I've said so far. All right. You don't have to make a decision right now. Okay. Then data analysis is something that is very, very good, right? Because the most important thing of the aim of this program is to like point you to the right career path while learning. Okay. A lot of people don't know what they are doing. All right. I work with students, so I know what I'm saying. The next one is if you want to build predictive models, AI solutions, you love the idea. Even if you're not strong with math, but you feel like you can catch up. So you feel like you're not strong in a particular aspect, but you feel like you want to achieve. Guys, once there's a way, there's a way. All right. So don't back down. All right. So I'm motivating guys that love the idea of building machine learning models, AI solutions, want to work with top companies that are doing amazing stuff. All right. Data science is a very good idea to start with. It's going to give you a very strong background. If you like designing scalable data infrastructures, pipelines, all those things, data engineering. If you love UI, seeing beautiful dashboards, if you love talking and explaining, say you love building reports, they're talking about the reports, designing reports, spending time on all those things, and you don't want to really go into writing programming code, you don't want to write codes like that, then BI analysis for you. Okay. Then if you're passionate about deploying machine learning models, machine learning engineer is for you. Now, we have two programs in Brightflare Technologies. We have 2 minutes now. All right. So we have two programs in Brightflare Technologies. All right. So we have data science and data analysis. So if you are for data analysis and for BI analysis, then data analysis program is well suited because I'll also be taking data analysis too. All right. So it's well suited for you. All right. According to BI is fun. Yeah, it's actually interesting. Okay. So that's it. So if you love BI, you love data analysis, that is. But if you very much love data science, data engineering, and machine learning engineering, this class will give you the basics. All right. For data engineering, you might need some additional courses, some additional knowledge and concepts. But this class will give you the basics. All right. So please, with this information, I hope I'm able to convince and not to confuse. All right. So let's look at the difference between data science and data analysis. This is very important because a lot of people do not really understand the differences. So if we have 1 minute, so in 1 minute, I'm going to just briefly give you like this. So the focus for data science is machine learning models, building AI models, predictive models. That's the focus for data science. Data analysis is working with historical data, describing your data, you know, building like trying to like know what happened in the past. So data analysts, they go to the past and try to understand what happened in the past. Data scientists, they go to the past, they understand the patterns in the past and predict what will happen in the future. Are you guys seeing the difference? Data analysts understand what happened in the past and share insights based on what happened in the past. Why data scientists, they will take it a bit further. Based on what happened in the past, what will most likely happen in the future? That's what we do. Okay. So for the skills, data scientists, they do more of Python, R, machine learning, statistics, all those things. For data analysis, SQL, Excel, BI, Tableau. SQL too is applicable. So data and data analysis, so they're intertwined in most cases. In some companies, depends on how big the company is. In most startups, you'll be doubling as a data scientist and data analyst. So yes. All right. So basically, so that is basically, all right. So I don't want to bombard you guys with too much information. All right. So I'm very sure most of you have questions. Yeah, I'm very sure most of you have questions. So please, if you have questions, you can unmute yourself. All right. So let's have fun for the next 10 minutes before we call it a day. All right. So if you have a question. Okay, Rebecca.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
I can hear you.
We can hear.
I can hear you.
Please, can you speak louder, please?
I don't have a question. I already asked my question.
Okay, may I have a question?
Okay, yes, please.
Okay, please. How is model building different from deploying?
Okay.
As in, is there like a major chasm between the two?
Okay. So yeah, thank you very much for that question. That's a very good one. Okay. So though we've not got to that stage, but so in models life cycle, so we have the development life cycle and we have the deployment life cycle. Okay. So now on paper, machine learning engineers deploy, but in reality, data scientists, they develop and they deploy. Are you guys following? But on paper, it's expected that data science should just develop and they deploy. So now what's the difference? So basically, development is you're writing your Python codes, you're developing your machine learning model. Okay. You are developing a regression model, a convolutional neural network model, a large language model with OpenAI, LangChain, Llama, all those things. Now, that is the scripting, the writing of code, that's the development. You've tested it, it's working fine, no error. That is development stage. But now you now want people to use it. The way we're using ChatGPT now, there's DeepSeek, all those things. The way we're using it, we're able to use it because somebody or a team deployed it. All right. So now the deployment is now making it available for people to use. So there are ways of deployment. There's Docker, there's API deployment, there's use of Streamlit. I guess I following. So deployment encompasses, API deployment tool is there. So we use Fast API, Flask API, So there's different ways of deployment. So you see the difference. Deployment is just the scripting. Deployment is making it available for use.
So yourself now. I'm begging you, bring my stage now. Let us.
Serious is not here. Okay. So yeah. Any other question?
You mentioned Flask API. Okay.
Please, Olakule, you're going to ask a question. Let me answer Anuluwapo. Very good question. Is it that one have to learn data analysis before you can become a data scientist? Very good one. Okay, but it's not straightforward, and I will try to explain. The fact that data science, all right, is a build-up of data analysis. Doesn't mean that you have to learn data analysis. Because if you are learning data analysis, you are going in depth. Are you following? So for data analysis, all right, you are now going in depth into exploratory data analysis using Power BI, Tableau. Data science, you might not really need that. So data science, we focus more on machine learning models, training of the data. That's what we focus more on. Are you following? For data analysis, we focus more on building of reports, cleaning of data, exploratory data analysis. Do you get? So the focus is different, but data scientists can work as data analysts. Are you following? Data analysts might have more experience or more knowledge as regards data analysis, basically, because I mean they spend more time learning the concept more than data scientists. But the fact is, along your learning journey, you still come up, you still learn some data analysis concepts. You will learn some, but you won't go in depth. Are you following? So data scientists can work as a data analyst, but the data analyst cannot work as data scientist. Okay. Yes. Is Flask API related to Flask framework for Python? Okay, I think Flask framework, that's what you saw dev guys use, right? They use Flask a lot. So there's a Flask API. So just check check Google. So there's Flask API for deployment. All right. So you have get your API endpoint, you give it to your developer uses the backend for the app, basically. All right. So yeah, works together. Oyinkan, you have a question? Oyinkan Sola?
Yes, I have a question.
Okay, yes, please, shoot.
Yes, I wanted to ask about the machine learning model,
Okay.
the deployment. Does deployment involve coding? Because for data science, I know you're going to code. So for that deployment, are you going to code to deploy? So I just want to understand better.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, so deployment is for machine learning engineers, you will need knowledge of coding for deployment. Are you following? So you cannot, a non-pro programmer, cannot say deploy, cannot deploy, but then it depends. It depends. So now, tech is that's a very tricky question because the tech industry is now evolving such that we now have what we call no code, low code AI solutions. So you can see an AI engineer will tell you that he doesn't write codes because he can just deploy AI models without writing code or without writing probably few lines of code. Do you understand? So, but it's very important. Okay. Might not be required in some cases because now we have built-in AI models. I mean, a lot of people are already making things easy for us, but having the knowledge of programming is very important. All right, it's very important. So, okay, Olakule, you wanted to ask a question? Please shoot.
No, I'll ask it in the chat, but just as a follow-up to our question, so coding skills is important in deployment so that in case maybe if somebody so that the person can avoid getting stuck when deploying it.
Yeah, thank you very much because that's a very good one because I mean, when you are deploying, so let me just explain what deployment is. Deployment is you are moving from your local environment to your production environment. Guys, there's some codes that will work in the local environment and won't work in production environment. It's as honest as that. So if you don't have programming skills, you won't know what to do. You won't know how to avoid those kind of loopholes. All right. So thank you very much, Olakule. So I know it's asking the tools that we need. Okay, I already mentioned the tools already. So like I said, VS Code, Anaconda. So you can just download the entire Anaconda. Just download Anaconda. You download Anaconda to have everything, to come with everything, all right? So Anaconda. So Anaconda comes with VS Code, Spider. So Anaconda is. So we have 1 more minute before we call it a day. I don't want to take our time. Okay. So one more question, just a question left. One more question.
And if I take this one for it will
The
be
what's
Yes.
what's the
Get material later.
demand?
Please go on.
What's the demand landscape like for data science
Okay.
personnel in Nigeria? Do you have an idea?
Nigeria. Okay. All right. So that's a very good question. Okay, because I don't talk about the money, right? We'll talk about that in next class. But for data science, okay, for data scientists, the demand is high. For Nigeria, I won't say the demand is high. I'll be honest with you. All right. But yeah, there's money there. Okay. But for data scientists, most time if you want to work as data scientist in Nigeria, you have to work with corporate industries. All right. Most SMEs they've not started adopting the idea of data in their organizations, which is actually very bad. Okay. So for most data scientists that I know that work in Nigeria, all right, I work with Nigerian companies, they mostly do data analysis. I see. So you see how tricky it is. So the demand for data analysis is much more than data science. So if you're a data scientist and you want to work in Nigeria, I'm giving you guys honest truth. I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything. You want to work in Nigeria, you might end up working as a data analyst, which is not bad. I mean, you make your money, cool money, all right, but that's just the honest truth, okay? Also, you can also work remotely, with companies outside Nigeria, which is very possible, okay? So I work with some of my companies I work with, they're not Nigerian companies, okay? So yeah. So yes, I'll be sharing a roadmap with you, roadmap that helped me. I'll share with you guys. I will share material, everything I'll share with you guys, no problem. I'm going to indicate myself on the group, so we'll connect with each other on LinkedIn. So let's connect on LinkedIn. I post on LinkedIn, so can connect on LinkedIn, and we can share stuff. All right. You can also check some articles on Data Camp. I believe they're going to help you. All right. I'm Data Camp staff, so I always advocate for Data Camp. Check our content. We have free content on Data Camp. All right. Check them. All right. Are we going to be working on projects by God's grace? All right. By God's grace, working on projects. Okay. I mean, we have February, guys. So, I mean, we're limited. But if we get to continue the program, sure, no problem. All right. So yeah, it's already 2 minutes after the time. All right. I don't want to keep us waiting. I mean, it's really fun talking with, interacting with everybody. In next classes, hopefully we get to interact more, we get to share more. So please don't leave us. Don't say because I gave you guys I was giving you guys recommendations. All right, please. But you know what? Do what's best for you, okay? Data science, analysis, amazing career path. All right. I always advocate for data science. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you, Akolade. Thank you, Akolade. All right. Nice talking with you guys. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your day. Okay. Since there's no other question. No question, right? All right.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you.
Nice
Thank you,
day.
Rebecca. All right. So, yeah. So we're going to talk more on the group. All right. So please let's be interactive on the group. All right. Let's talk more. Let's connect on LinkedIn. Okay. And let's have fun. Okay. Have fun, guys. Bye.